Hi everyone, Sid here back in the bathroom again. Today's lather will be Pro Razzo Red, which I will be supplementing with jasmine and peppermint, and the aftershave will be Pro Razzo Blue. I'll tell you, I picked the right week to start the series on bathroom economics because after recording what will now be part 0, I figured I wasn't... I burned so much time on backstory and stuff like that I wasn't really satisfied with the actual content that I let out, in the sense that there were far too many open loops to my liking. So I'm just going to take the best of this week to record part 1, where I'll at least get into some basic stuff with Smith's market theories. And again, I mean, this series is called Bathroom Economics. I'm not an authority, but I think that it's going to be interesting to have this series. Part of my intention is to have a platform where I can share my discoveries with the open public, because I think it's important enough. I've alluded to it often enough, and I think that based on some comments that I get, I still do have some things that can be useful for people to know. So in short, what did we cover last time? Yeah, I went into a division of labor and how that allows us to specialize and use our time more efficiently. I do believe that we have an over-specialization problem. However, to bring the pendulum fully to the other end wouldn't be good either, because, as I said, division of labor is part of what lets us focus on what we like doing. And if we all pushed it to the extreme of getting rid of currency, we'd basically be forced to become little Minecraft players that have to gather basic resources with our bare hands to build the tools that we need to grow our own food. And that will bring me into the price system. But before I get into that, I'm just going to lather up my mouth a little. I'll be right back. Okay, so before I get into price, I think I just want to give a simple clarification on what money is. Again, I'm using money as a stand-in for currency. That is my intention, to use that word, but I keep falling into the trap of using money and currency as if they're exactly the same thing. So basically, when you're thinking of what currency is, it's an accounting system that lets us keep track of what we have too much of, so that we can also measure it in terms of what the person we want to trade with has too much of. So the 4 key words that I use to remind myself what money is are my labor right now. So, in simple terms, let's say I flip burgers at McDonald's for a living, and my presumably minimum wage would be in the order of $10 an hour or something. So, I work away flipping burgers and get my paycheck at the end of the week that has all the hours that I put in, and I go shopping and I fall across this $20 hat. Well, the $20 is basically 2 hours of me flipping burgers. And that simple translation can often be a good way to measure whether or not something is worth you trading for. Because, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, and I'm eventually going to get more into this, but value is an entirely subjective thing. And the bottom line is, the only opinion that matters when determining whether a trade is fair or not is the buyer's opinion. So, am I willing to spend 2 hours flipping burgers to get this hat? I mean, that's for each and every person to answer on their own. And Smith makes this point, although I didn't find it a very relevant clarification for most of us, but basically currency is either my labor right now or the labor at my command right now. So basically the owner of McDonald's or the CEO or whatever, let's make him a man, his own labor already generates specific amounts of currency for him, but when you take into account my labor and the labor at my command right now, it's even more. So the $20 hat for that CEO would probably be worth one twiddle of his pen during his office, his morning meeting at the office or whatever. So basically the other thing I wanted to cover before letting you guys go is price. So according to Smith, and again, this is what book one focuses on mostly, is the division of labor and what goes into price. There are three things that you pay for when you trade for something, because there are three main things that go into the establishment of price, and that basically have to be paid for or were already paid just to get that product in front of you in the marketplace. And the three elements of price are the wages for the labor, the capital for the stock, and the third thing is rent for the land. So basically, no matter what product that we're talking about, someone made it, someone owns the means of production, and it was made somewhere. And just to further clarify something, because I know I mentioned this in passing in my last video, I did a quick Google research on natural price versus nominal price, and natural price is basically the exact cost of production, and nominal price is whatever it ends up selling for in the market. So I guess the variable that has the most volatility would be the profits of stock, because the laborer has to make their wages and the landlord must collect the rent. So I'm assuming that that's the variable that has the most variance and determines whether the nominal price of a good, i.e. the price it ends up selling for, is higher than, equal to, or lower than the natural price. Again, there's a well-known concept of loss leaders, where you sell something at a loss to get the person in the store and hope that while they're there, they buy more profitable items to make up the loss that you incurred with your loss leader. So that will be it for today. I mean, I didn't... in retrospect, now that I see that it basically took me a shave to go over these basic notes, I probably should have planned it as a two-part in the first place, but as you know now, that's what it's going to end up being, because I'm publishing this at the same time as the last video. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and share. You can leave comments and questions under this video. I love being intelligently disagreed with, which is part of the reason why I'm starting this series in the first place, to have something to add to when I engage in these topics, and hopefully share my learnings with you guys. So you can also find me on Tumblr and Twitter. The links to all that are right below here in the description. Please subscribe to me on YouTube, like and share. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys soon. You take care.